Hello, my name is Michelle Lamort. I'm here to talk about my group's project for Info 247 called Seed Library Thesaurus for Novice Seed Librarians. The group consisted of Raina Gear, Emily Sanders, Karen Spence, and myself. Our aim for this thesaurus was to address the information needs of seed librarians serving amateur home gardeners. For planning and organization, we used Google tools for collaboration. Tasks were divided based on group members' prior experience and particular skills. Some tasks were shared. Our initial topic was seed libraries, and after some discussion, the more specific topic of seed libraries serving amateur home gardeners was chosen as our domain. For domain analysis, the wide variety of sources and information available about seed libraries, especially today, meant that we needed to narrow the focus of our domain. Given the scope of the project and group members' experience, it was decided that focusing on a novice audience instead of an expert audience would be more manageable. For term extraction, we gathered a variety of print and digital sources, from journal articles to books, as well as several websites. We limited each group member to 5 sources for term extraction to share the load. Initial term extraction created a list of almost 400 potential terms. For facet analysis, we decided to create our own facets. This task was shared by everyone in the group, and the facets evolved as we weeded and combined terms. For facet development, our first draft of fundamental facets included foodish, vegetables, flowers, plants, herbs, fruits, people and places, things, actions, and ideas. After much discussion, refining our topic, and a lot of term weeding, we ended up with the following facets. Plants, with subcategories of attributes, vegetables, herbs, and fruiting plant. Actions, with subcategories of seed preservation, seed production, seed storage, and gardening. And environment, with subcategories of pests and climate. The relationship analysis task was shared by group members. In general, we went for broader terms when distinctions between terms were not as meaningful for our novice audience. In terms of relationship development, some examples of trickier terms were crop varieties and crop species. Some options we discussed included using crop varieties with related term of crop species and vice versa. Crop varieties use crop species use crop varieties. Ultimately, they were both deemed unsuitable for our novice audience and weeded out. Similarly, heirloom and heritage both have similar meaning. We chose the following relationship. Heirloom, used for heritage, with a related term of rare. Heritage, use heirloom. Getting our term list down to the desired 100 or so meant a lot of weeding and consolidation of terms. We weeded terms which were more closely associated with commercial agricultural production than home gardening, as well as more scientific terms, since we're dealing with a novice amateur audience. For final term development, some examples of terms that were weeded include library-specific terms such as OPAC, ILS, and original cataloging, commercial agriculture terms such as farming communities, gene pools, and croplands, and location terms such as Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, Five Valley Seed Library, and Missoula. Since our starting term list was almost 400 terms, we put together this word cloud to create a visual for how many wide variety of terms that we have. it ended up being just way too much to handle. And a lot of it was not related, so we needed to do a lot of weeding. Our final term list includes this snippet from our index. Basil has a broader term of mints and related terms of oregano and thyme. Coriander, use cilantro. Mint has a scope note referring to the mint family. Oregano has a broader term of mint and related terms of basil and thyme. Throughout this process, our domain went from broad to narrow. We started with a term list containing not only seeds, but many terms related to sustainable farming, genetics, agriculture, and librarianship. This was tooled down again and again until we found comfortable domain parameters for a project of this size. A seed library is typically made up of actual seeds borrowed in the spring, returned after the plant has flowered and gone to seed, and indexed by both biological relationships and plant attributes. Our library, being tailored to a novice seed swapper, also contains a selection of literature to help with understanding the production and storage of seeds. Thank you.